All right, let's dive right in. Today we're talking about a really powerful way of looking at cancer care, one that's getting a ton of attention. The big idea? It's not just about the disease. It's about the environment inside our bodies. The terrain, and how we can actually take control and shape it to help ourselves heal. So let's get into it. Okay, so here's the question that really gets to the heart of it all. It's a question that has kept oncologist Dr. Charles Meakin up at night for decades. Think about it. Why does one person with the exact same type and stage of cancer survive and thrive, while another person doesn't? It kind of shatters the idea that a diagnosis is some kind of fixed destiny, right? It opens up this whole new world of a more personal, more empowered way to look at our health.
So to really get to the bottom of this mystery, we've got to start with a really fundamental concept, something that's literally powering everything your body does right now. And that is your metabolic health.
So what is metabolic health? Well, the easiest way to think about it is like the engine of your body. When that engine is tuned up and running smoothly, it's just really, really good at turning food and oxygen into energy. And that process, it fuels everything. Your immune system, your ability to heal, you name it. It is literally the foundation of being well. But what happens when that engine is sputtering? Well, that's what we call poor metabolic health. And the consequences can be pretty serious. We're talking about a state that's often tied to obesity, and the research here, from places like the NIH, is crystal clear. It shows a direct link to a whole laundry list of chronic diseases. And yep, that includes several major types of cancer. This isn't just a theory, folks. It's a well-documented risk. Okay, so if we know that poor metabolic health basically creates the perfect environment for disease to show up, then it just makes sense that improving our metabolic health could do the exact opposite, right? And this leads to a huge shift in thinking. It's about moving our focus from just the seed, the tumor itself, to the soil that it's trying to grow in. Big difference. And this really breaks it down perfectly. On one hand, you've got the traditional way of looking at it, the stomatic mutation theory. That one says, hey, the problem is bad genes inside the tumor. It's a localized thing. But then you have the metabolic theory, which kind of zooms out and takes in the bigger picture. It says, hold on, the body's internal environment, that soil we just talked about, is just as important. It's the stuff like inflammation and blood sugar that can either feed the cancer or starve it. And this quote from Dr. Meakin just nails it. We need to put out the fire, but also correct the terrain. Think about it. The fire is the tumor, and standard treatments are absolutely crucial for putting it out. But if you want real long-term success, you've also got to correct the terrain. You have to make your body a place where that fire just doesn't want to start up again.
Okay, so this all sounds great in theory, but how does it actually work in the real world? Let's take a look at how this whole idea is put into practice for a patient.
This right here is what Dr. Meakin calls C-MOP, his Cancer Metabolic Optimization Protocol. And as you can see, it's a really clear step-by-step process. It's designed to not be overwhelming. Everything kicks off with data. You get comprehensive labs done to get a super detailed map of your internal terrain. Then from there, you work with Dr. Meakin to build a totally personalized plan with medications, supplements, and you even get ongoing support from an oncology nurse. It's the whole package. But here's where it gets even more interesting. Because correcting the terrain isn't just about the physical stuff. It's not only about what you eat or your blood sugar levels. What the research really shows is that our minds, our emotions, they're a massive part of our biological reality too.
So a real, truly comprehensive approach has to look at these things. I mean, do you have a sense of purpose in your life? A reason to get up in the morning? Are you connected with people, with your tribe? How are you handling stress? These are not fluffy, nice-to-have things. No way. These are powerful drivers of our biology. They literally affect our hormones and our immune system.
And if you need proof, just look at this. It's absolutely fascinating. A researcher named Kelly Turner wrote a book called Radical Remission, where she studied people who had these incredible, unexpected recoveries from cancer. She found 9 things they all had in common. And get this, 5 of those 9, the majority, had nothing to do with their physical bodies. They were emotional and spiritual. That just goes to show you how powerful that mind-body connection really is. Okay, I know that all might sound a little big, a little abstract. But here's the thing. Managing your internal state, your stress, is directly connected to your metabolic health. I mean, chronic stress floods your body with hormones that mess up your blood sugar and create inflammation. So let's bring this all the way back down to earth with something super practical. A tool you can use this very second for free.
It's your breath. You see, when you breathe through your nose, you're not just getting air into your lungs. You're using this incredible built-in system. Your nasal passages filter the air, they warm it up, but they also do something amazing. They trigger the release of a molecule called nitrous oxide. And this little molecule is a total superstar. It helps your blood vessels relax, which can lower blood pressure and get more oxygen delivered all over your body. It's pretty cool, right?
So here's the bottom line. Breathing through your nose sends a signal to your brain that says, hey, everything's cool, we're safe. It flips the switch on your rest, digest, and heal system. But breathing through your mouth, that does the opposite. It's linked to the stress response. So just by closing your mouth and breathing through your nose, you can literally shift your entire body into a state that's designed for healing and recovery.
Wow, okay, so we've covered a lot of ground here, right? From the cells in our body to the power of our minds and even our breath. And it's all pointing in one very powerful direction.
And this right here, this is Dr. Meakin's mantra. And it's really the big takeaway from all of this. Stay strong and curious and be your own best doctor. It's not about ignoring your doctors, of course. It's about being an active participant. It's about asking questions, learning everything you can, and really becoming a partner in your own healing journey. So I'm going to leave you with this one last thought. It doesn't have to be some huge, life-changing thing. It can be small. Maybe it's just paying attention to your breathing for the next 5 minutes. Maybe it's deciding to go for a walk after lunch. Just think about it. What is one small step you can take, starting right now, to start improving your own internal terrain?